Hey everybody, after years of drifting, I have acquired a big mess of GoPro shit. I decided to do something to organize it on the cheap. Enter the Apache boxes from Harbor Freight. These suckers are about half the price of the Pelican boxes on Amazon. And no, this isn't a commercial for them. I have both the small box and the medium box. It fits 2 full-size GoPros, a session, 2 extra batteries, memory cards, and 2 of the base mount screws. Now I love the small box, but I ran out of room really quickly. Enter the medium box. Now I'm going to show you how to fit as much stuff in here as you possibly can, square by square, so you can make this work for you. Now let's talk about this. You don't want to put them all the way to the edge. You do want to start at least 1 square back from the edge. 2 would be better if you really wanted to protect your stuff, but 1 is good for now. If you're tossing in just a GoPro by itself with no case, you want to make a rectangle that's 4 squares long by 3 squares down, and boom, she fits so good, just like that. In my situation, I want to use the case plus the mount on the bottom, and I want all of that to fit. To do that, I need to make a 4x4 square with 2 extra on the bottom in the center, just like shown here. This same template of squares will work for pretty much any GoPro with the case on the outside. So I'm going to do another one here that I've modified to have a hot shoe on the top to hold my Rode mic. I'm going to use that same exact template that I just did with the 4x4 square and the 2 in the middle of the bottom cut out, and it should fit just fine. Slides right on home. Same template as before, 4 square, and 2 squares down at the bottom in the middle. Moving on to the session, it just takes a 3x3 square, and the base already is ready to go, so it just goes in just like that. Shuts just fine. I'm looking to get another session here in the future, so I'm going to make an extra hole for that as well. Again, these are 3x3 squares, just 1 square deep each. Moving on to the batteries, another simple one. This is going to be a 2x2 square with 1 extra square at the top, depending on what side you want to put the nub of the battery on. They go in just like this. Now with this one, you do get room. I could probably fit 4 batteries in that same space. 1 square by 2 square by 2 square. Now this is for the charger. If you have one like this, it's only going to be 3 squares. Real easy, goes right in just like this. Keep in mind when you're doing this that you want to have 2 rows of squares in between most of your bigger items. Otherwise everything will just fall apart. Now my Rode mic is a big fluffy pain to store when it's complete, so I'll have to split it into its 4 main components. The stand, the wires, the mic, and the dead cat. I'll start with the stand first. Super simple. 5 1x1 squares taken out in a row, and it slides right on into place. Moving right along to the mic itself. The mic is also going to be pretty easy, but there's an extra step involved. Just take out 1 whole square, but as you can see here, it doesn't go down far enough. Drat. So what you're going to have to do is dig deep, grab the other piece that's down there. Static. Line them up and you can see that it just needs a little bit cut off. So take one of the pieces, cut it in half, put it back down into its little hidey hole, and now she'll fit right as rain, 1 square by 1.5 squares deep. And for all the wiring, for now, since I don't have more than 1 GoPro, I'm just going to put it in this empty case. Perfect. Now this here is an aftermarket case, and it's going to be a little bit different than the normal ones. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. This one's going to take the 4x4 square plus a little bit extra. Just 1 for the base mount, and then another one on the side for the set screw itself. Nice and easy. So this one's going to be 4 squares by 4 squares with those 2 extra ones that you see here. This is a metal helmet mount that I bought on Amazon. It's going to be real easy. It's going to be 2 1x1 squares. Just make sure to line them up in the correct way so that you can actually get it dialed in, then plop it on down. Just like that. 1 and 1. Now what good is a GoPro if you can't charge it? So let's toss those suckers in here as well. Let's start with the charger. Charger's easy. Just going to take out 2 of the squares, 1 deep, and she slides right in. Push it down a little harder and the teeth will go in, making it sit flush. Now everybody's charging cables are going to be different. I like these because they both came with little Velcro straps to keep them tied in. So you're going to remove a 2 square by 5 square for these, 1 deep, and both of mine fit in there just fine. Moving on to that pesky dead cat. It's going to go right here. So you could also use this to store yet another session, but since I'm having a dead cat, I'm gonna have to go all the way down to the bottom. So that's gonna be 3 squares by 3 squares by 2 deep, and the dead cat shoves right on in. Let's give these memory cards a space. Real easy. Take 2 squares out, shove the memory cards in. Done. 2 squares. Ha! Simple. And finally, let's put a couple extra base screws in. These all just require 1, and they go right in like so, and right in like so. Easy peasy. I also have this metal adjusting wrench, and I'm going to throw that right in here with the mic base. Now you may encounter something like this, where you accidentally break the bonds that hold the little squares together. That's easy. Take a hot glue gun, and hot glue those suckers back together. Give it a little pressure, wait just a few moments, and boom, she's right as rain, ready to rock. Remember, this isn't the end-all be-all guide to this. I set this up to the best that I could with the equipment that I have. If you do this, yours could be different, and that's okay. This one in specific could fit 3 full-size GoPros and 3 sessions without the mic in there, plus other accessories. Hope you enjoyed this little tutorial. This is Officer Dan, catching you on the flip side, and enjoy the new space you found for your GoPro stuff. Peace!